It's time for another limiter showdown. I've tested some already in videos before. If you want to find those, check the channel. But I wanted to shoot them out again because there are new ones, and always comparing maybe with different settings on a different source gives you a better result. Honestly, some of these I use every day, some of them I don't. But just wanted to give them a chance, fair chance to try them out. There are some limiters already tested in previous videos that I didn't include. Some of them that I tested like behind the scenes and I didn't include. I want to mention any one of those that I thought could not, stand up to whatever firepower we have right here. I'm sure that some of them I omitted. If you know some that I should definitely test next time, say so in the comments. Say so also if you hate my stupid glasses. And right now I'm just going to show you all of these so you can just see the settings, quite basic settings for all of them. Important thing is no true peak limiting, plus 15 on the input, minus 0.3 on the output, and channel linking linked completely. That's as far as the setting goes. I'm just going to close each one so you can see them. No point in showing you the advanced panel, is just an EL5 algorithm default. Here we have upward compression as well of 1, and then right here some bass control resonances. So I did try to use and utilize some of these special features that they have, not to overdo it. I don't want to influence the sound so much. Again, some of them like Master Plan really influence the sound anyways. I think this is not going to be quite a long video, but the point of the video was not for me to speak and bore you to death, was to play some examples and compare these. I have the chain selector right here, which is going to browse and scan through the plugins. You will see right here that the plugin that is playing is receiving the signal through it, so you can actually identify which one is playing at the moment. Just focus on this part of the screen. I can maybe enlarge that in post. And then I opted for that. It was much easier to do than just like trying to solo it. They have a lot of latency that they introduce, and Ableton doesn't really handle plugin latency compensation that well. Let's test it out and play something. Of course, some electronic music as always. I had to interrupt this to just mention that what I feel the most between, let's say, these first two, Pro L2 and the Elephant, is the way that stereo is handled. Somehow it's different for different parts of the spectrum, I guess. That's at least what I can hear. This is what I feel as like the biggest difference in between these two. So let's continue. Pro L2 first. Again, in between these two as well, it's the stereo images, some of the high frequencies. Of course, they're not going to be the same, and Master Plan does introduce some saturation as well, just by default, even if you don't turn it on. That's at least what I noticed. But I do have to say, I do have some preferences here. I don't want to go into eliminating and then finding the best one. I mean, it's just for this example, for this song. It really doesn't mean that it works the best on everything. Like, neither one of these is going to be better suited for every possible source. It's just the nature of sound. Some of them actually are a better product. I mean, Pro L2 is incredibly good and transparent. Like, it's really amazing. Elephant as well, quite amazing, quite transparent. Even better on some sources, in my opinion. Yeah, that's just the nature of it. You can't have a car that's super comfortable and sporty. It has to be one or the other. In that sense, I'm guessing that none of these can be the master of everything, at least not with the same setting as I'm having them right here. And as I mentioned already, I tried the most simple setting possible. As I always do, I do like the way that Master Plan sounds. I like the sound of Elephant. I like the sound of Pro L2. I'm just going to run through these once again on a different part of the song, or let's even try a longer section right here. Okay, so there are different differences in between these. Where they really shine is when the song is busy. If you're just working on the kick and bass, there's not too much to be felt there. They handle it quite well. Like, all of these are really modern, and they really handle quite well the complexity of just the kick and bass. Usually, if you're not overdoing it, they're not gonna crack, so everything's gonna be fine. You can't notice such a big difference. But when you have the entire song playing, so when it's really busy, when you do have some drums, something really transient rich, then you can really feel the difference. And especially when you have synths that are really stereo rich, when a complex signal is played through these, that's when the actual differences shine, so to speak. And that's how you can evaluate the limiter better. What I definitely feel the most as a difference in between these, as I switch from one to the other, is not really any loudness difference. Mostly it's the stereo image, as I mentioned already, and that kind of subtle balance in between frequencies in the spectrum when switching from one limiter to another, because they do handle them differently, I guess. Yeah, I do have my favorites. I think Master Plan is amazing. It does have coloring, but it's really amazing, like a one-stop shop for a lot of things. Pro L2, Elephant as well. I love those. Use them all the time. I really like the Sonible Learn as well. But if you have your favorites, say something in the comments. If you hate my stupid glasses as well, like the video if you like the content, and subscribe if you didn't so far. It would help the channel immensely. If you don't know what I'm talking about half the time, well, a free course that's 40+ hours long is linked in the description of the video. See you in the next one. Bye.